Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to my talk on how you can boost your pickings with Odoo. Since I have started my professional career, optimizing logistical processes has always been in my focus, and I'm really happy that all of you are interested in this topic too, and I'm glad that I can share some experiences and insights with Odoo today with you. But first of all, let's have a short look on the agenda for the next 30 minutes. At the beginning, I will introduce Pointec and myself to you. Then we will have some slides why you should focus on pickings and which picking strategies are supported by Odoo version 16. In the second part of my presentation, I have a demo prepared where you can see how to set up the structure of a warehouse for a company active in the grocery business. And last but not least, you will have the opportunity to ask your questions in the Q&A session. And speaking of the Q&A session, please follow this QR link to the question pad. Are you ready? Okay. Then, let me introduce Pointec to you. Pointec was founded in 2000 and we are Odoo partner since 2009. In the meantime, we have more than 80 employees spread over 11 locations in 5 countries here in Europe. We are Odoo Gold partner in Switzerland, Austria and Germany, and we have won the award for the best Odoo partner Europe 3 times already, and we are nominated also this year to win this award, so please keep all your fingers crossed till the evening so that we can celebrate a 4th time. Yeah, during the last few years we were able to support more than 300 companies in all sectors, in all industries, in different sizes to implement Odoo to their special needs. And we are 100% dedicated to Odoo. We are a full service Odoo company. My name is Helmut. I'm project manager and Odoo consultant for Pointec in Austria. And if there should be any questions left after my talk, please do not hesitate to contact me via Pointec or LinkedIn directly. I will be pleased to answer your questions also later on. Okay, so let's go to the original topic of this talk. So it's picking, and we heard it from Fabien this morning. The first question should always be why. So why should we focus on pickings? And from my point of view, there are 3 main reasons. First is the customer satisfaction, the second one is the employee retention rate, and the third one is the cost optimization. Speaking about customer satisfaction, customer is king, and the customer should be in the focus of each process, also in the process of picking. So if you have a stable picking tool in place, you will be able to reduce your picking errors, and if the customer receives what he has originally ordered, then of course the customer satisfaction will be higher. The second point, employee retention rate. Nowadays it's really hard to keep employees and workers in the yard motivated and that they stick to your company. So you should offer them powerful user-friendly tools so that their daily work life is as pleasant and as easy as possible, and Odoo is offering here really strong solutions. And if you have to hire new workers into your yard, you will be pleased if you have a tool in place which is easy to train and easy to understand. And last but not least, cost optimization, of course. Picking costs can make up to 60% of the total warehouse costs. So if you are able to reduce your costs by reducing the picking times, the travel time through a yard, you will increase the profitability. And speaking about picking errors in the beginning. Less picking errors will lead to less returns, and all of you know that returns are always quite cost intensive, as it's more or less manual work. So optimized processes in your yards will help you to guarantee a company's success. This brings me to the picking strategies. Basically, there are 4 picking strategies supported by Odoo. The first one is single picking, then we have the batch picking. The third option is the cluster picking, and last but not least, the wave picking. Single picking, as the name already implies, is you have one sale order confirmed, and you go out into the yard, and the picker picks the material, prepares the material, and it is shipped. So we can discuss if this is a strategy, but at least it's supported by Odoo. The second option is batch picking. This is the enhancement of single picking. Here the picker does several sale orders in one run into his trolley, and then he brings the material into a consolidation zone in the packaging zone, where then the material is separated into the separate sale orders. That means we have a 2-step picking strategy here. First pick and then pack the material. The enhancement of the batch picking is then the cluster picking. Here the picker has one trolley. On this trolley there are different clusters on it, or packages, and the picker can then pick the material directly into the package, into the cluster. So picking and packing can be done in one run, and so we speak of a one-step picking strategy in that case. This picking strategy is mainly used for smaller items, for example in the jewelry business, pharmacy, and so on. Last but not least, we have the wave picking. This is another 2-step picking strategy. Here in the focus of the picker is the picking area, or any other criteria for the carrier, for example. And the picker goes out, in this example, to the picking area 1 and picks all the material for sale order 1, 2, and 3, brings it into a packaging area in the consolidation zone, and there the material is then separated again into the single sale orders and is then shipped out to the customer. So wave picking, another 2-step picking strategy. So to wrap up here, 4 picking strategy: single picking, batch picking, cluster picking, and wave picking. And this brings me already to my demo. Let me introduce the demo with one slide. So I have prepared the warehouse setup for a company, for the Cool Company, which is a retailer in the grocery business. This company has one warehouse setup with 3 picking areas, with frozen goods, cooled down goods, and the accessory area, which is not cooled down, so it's normal temperature. And yes, for the frozen and cooled area, we will see the automated batches, and for the accessories, I have set up the wave pickings. So just to get an idea what you will see next in the demo database. Okay, here we go. Is it big enough? So this is my demo database of the Cool Company, and as we are talking about picking process, most of the setup is done in the inventory app. And we will see here in the configuration area the settings, and we have to activate several features to show this use case which I have prepared. So we have to activate the batch transfers, obviously, and the wave transfers so that we can use these multi-step picking processes. I have also activated the packages. We will see it shortly then later on. I have activated the barcode scanner, as the full optimization in the yard is only reached with the barcode scanner, so we will see this topic also a bit. Then I have activated the email confirmation. This does mean if the output transfer is validated, the delivery sheet is directly sent to the customer. And last but not least, we have to activate the storage locations, the storage categories, and the multi-step routes so that we can build the yard structure into Odoo. Okay, this was the basic setup for my demonstration. And now let's have a look here at the warehouse. As I mentioned before, we have one warehouse for the cool company. And on the company, I have activated a 3-step outgoing shipments. That means we pick the material, we pack it, and then we send it out to the customer. The rest of the settings is not that relevant for my use case. And after the warehouse, we have a short look at the storage categories. As you have seen in the slide before, we have 3 storage categories activated for cooled products, for frozen products, and for the accessories at normal temperature. So let's have here a look at the frozen products. A storage category obviously consists out of several locations. So here for the frozen, I have locations frozen 1 to 4. And on the location, then you will have the current on-hand stock. So storage category, several locations, and on the locations you will see then the products. And here we have frozen pizza in different variants. Okay, then the next setting is the operation type. The operation type describes more or less the actual work of the picker. So we stay with the example of frozen products. Here we have the frozen pick, and here we can do the basic setup for this operation. As it is a pick transfer, it's quite obvious that it is an internal transfer, as we are transferring the material from the stock into the packaging zone. So we choose here the internal transfer and no receipt and no delivery. You can set up here the sequences and the barcodes so that you can use this operation later on in a smooth flow. Okay, then we have here the default source location and the default destination location. This will be then used on the rules later on, we will see it. And a really powerful feature in version 16 is the automated batches. You can activate it here on the operation type, and that does mean as soon as there are at least 2 transfers with the same destination location, they are grouped automatically into a batch transfer. And I have also activated the auto confirm. That means that the picker can immediately start as soon as the sale order is confirmed. With that feature, you can reduce the administration of your warehouse, of your picking processes to an absolute minimum. Also on the operation type, you have different settings for your barcode app. For example, if scanning of the source location is mandatory or if it's not mandatory, I have set it here to not mandatory, as I have no barcode device with me today. But basically, scanning the source location would make sense, especially in the beginning, so that your on-hand quantities are always at the right numbers. Okay, then let's have a look on the routes in the warehouse. The route basically describes which way a product is going through your yard. And let's stick to the example of frozen products. Here we have the process of sending out frozen products. And here in the lower part of this route, you see that the material goes from the warehouse stock, from the main location to the frozen packaging zone. From the frozen packaging zone, it goes to the output area, and from the output area, it is then finally sent to the customer's location. Very important is that you activate this feature here, that the route can be selected on the product category. This brings me already to my next point. On the product category, I have my frozen product category again, and here I can set that the frozen products have to go the frozen delivery process, and that means if a sale order is confirmed, then the product goes exactly the route which we have seen before. Of course, this product category has to be assigned to the product. So here you see the product, the main product, frozen pizza, and it's assigned to the product category frozen products. So I have to jump back once more to the route. The route of frozen delivery exists of 3 rules. Here in the lower part you see the rules. And if you open the rule, then you see the single step of the route, and you can define how this single step is done. So basically you have the opportunity to select pull or push rules here. That means, do I push the material into a location, or is the demand created before and I trigger it out? That would be the pull. And if I deliver, the demand is created at the customer side, and then we pull out the material out of our location. So deliveries are basically pull rules. And also the supply method here, here you have the opportunity to set up that it should be taken from stock or trigger another rule. So if you set up a trigger another rule, you can set up that it's manufactured or that it is ordered at a vendor later on. And there is also the mixture of the both rules, so take from stock, if unavailable, trigger another rule. Okay, so I'm done with the configuration of my warehouse for the cool company, and now let's have a look how this is working when I confirm sale orders. So here I have 2 quotations created, different customers, and you will see that I have here different products out of my different product categories. I have frozen products, cooled products, and accessories. And as soon as I confirm these sale orders, the transfers for this sale order are created. Here with this smart button you can jump directly into the transfers. We have 7 transfers, so that means the 3 routes are triggered by this sale order. You see here the pick for the accessories. Here you see the pick for the cooled products, and here we see the pick for the frozen products. Those transfers are in status ready. The other ones are waiting for another operation, so we have to pick first, then we can pack, obviously. But you see that there are no batches assigned to these transfers, even though I have set up automatic batches. Has anyone an idea why we do not have the batches here? Yeah, the automatic batches I did not understand, but the automatic batches is only created as soon as you have a second transfer with the same destination location. So if we go back to my quotations, and I confirm the second quotation, and now we have the sale order here. Then you will see that the picks and also the output are already assigned to the batches automatically. So theoretically, the picker could already go out with the barcode device into the yard and could start picking. But you see that this line is not assigned to a batch or a wave transfer. If you remind the slide of my demo, for the accessories I have set up manual wave transfers, and this is working a bit different. So I go back into my inventory app, and here I have my picks for the accessories, for the normal storage categories. And if I open the operations and I group it by the storage category, by the location, then I can manually add them to a wave transfer. I create a new one, assign it to myself and confirm. And if I go back to my sale order, have a look at the transfer, then you will see that this pick is assigned to the wave transfer. And now let's go into the role of the picker. The picker is using the barcode device. So he opens the barcode app at this stage. I make it a bit smaller. And here with this button, he can open all the wave transfers and the batch transfers. Here, let's stick to the example of the products of the accessory out of the normal storage category. This is the wave transfer. The picker has to confirm the quantity. When it's marked green, everything, he knows that the quantities are right according to the sale order, and he can validate. Then we have the packing process. Again, check the quantities of the products. You can put it into a bag and validate the second batch. Now we have to pick the material for the frozen products. So here I have my frozen pizza in salami for both customers. The sale orders are marked by different colors here. Again, it's marked green as I have set up as I have scanned the correct quantity. Then I go and pick my products out of the cooled area, where I pick some milk. It's the same process here. And then in the packaging, I do the packaging of the cooled products. I can put it into a bag and validate the batch. The same here for the frozen products. I validate, and last but not least, there is the batch left for the delivery. So now I hand over all my packages to the carrier. Here again, I can check if the quantities are correct. So this brings me back to the customer satisfaction. We really double check if the quantities are correct and right. And I validate again. In the background now the delivery sheet is created, and the picker is done for the day, and it was pretty easy to go through these picking processes. When we have a look now on the sale order again, you will see the original quantity which was ordered was 100. Here 100 pieces were already delivered. And if you go to the output transfer and scroll down to the chatter, you see that the delivery sheet is done and sent to the customer directly out of the box, and now the customer knows that the material is on his way. And yes, that's it for my demo. It's a bit hard to bring all these topics into 25 minutes, but yeah, let's go back to the presentation. And now we are here at the Q&A session, so please feel free to ask your question. I try to answer as best as possible.
Thank you very much, Helmut. I'm going to join you in the stage as well. So I invite everyone to make some questions. And we have the first question here as well, Helmut, is that what are the main KPIs we have to consider in this process?
The main KPIs, from my point of view, it's of course picking times. So with the barcode app, you can exactly measure when did the picker start, when did they end the process or the operation, and at the end of the day you can then make your analysis out of it, and you can see if the operation for the picking or for the packing is way too long, and then you can set up your your optimization on this specific operation.
Important indicators. And another question, how to block pickers from scanning more than the actual amount needed on the pick line?
Sorry, once more?
So how to block pickers from scanning more than the actual amount needed on the pick line?
Okay. So you have seen it in my example. I did always the right quantity and the line was marked in green. If the quantity is over exceeded, then it will get red. And as far as I know, there is no standard functionality to block it, but at least the picker is already got the hint that the quantity is not right, and then he can adjust the quantity and go back and pick this again.
Very interesting, and thank you very much, Helmut. And if someone wants to have more information, you can contact Helmut or the Brand Tech team. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much
for following this.
Thank you.